shout, mate. Great shout. I know what you're all thinking. Back again so soon. This time I'm joined by some of my Arsenal brothers. Big up to Jamie Phillips, of course, the one we just jumped off. If you haven't already, go over there and give him a subscribe. But we are, of course, joined in by two new guests, and you will recognise both of them. To my right is, of course, Ozzy. Big up to you, brother. It's been a minute. How you doing, my brother?
No, big up, man. Yeah, no, I've been good, but I've got something in the works. So you might be seeing a lot of me soon still.
That's what we want, mate.
I know it's been overdue, but it will happen. It will happen.
Yeah, that's good, mate.
Yeah,
I'm glad you're fine. It's only took a year to get around to it. Only took a year.
Do you know what it is? It's just like, but you know, life and stuff, innit? You know what I mean? It's just other things get in the way, other things take priority. You know what I mean? I've been contemplating it for a while, and then I'm like, screw it. If I go on other channels, why can't I do it on my own one? So we will be. I'm just gonna say this. Hopefully, this is the demise of Arteta this season, and we will be there, guys.
We will be there for the
whole
lot, mate.
Yourself, and always a pleasure to be on your show, and big up for having me.
Yeah, nah, come on, man. You know, it's a pleasure to have you on, and you know, the fact that you know you're getting the wheels in motion finally. That's what it's all about, man. And as well, big up to Gianni, man. Our Napoli geezer. He's an Arsenal brother as well. But do you know what I mean? Our Ultra man is back in the building. Big up to you, Gianni. How you doing, my bro?
Good, bro. Same as Ozzy. Gotten all this stuff straightened out, so I'll be getting the channel. I'll be getting my channel. My channel will be going up real soon. Real soon.
Yeah, man. Yeah, no, that's wicked, man. It's always nice to see. You know, it can get a little bit tricky and things like that. Do you know what I mean? Trying to navigate through everything like that. But you like anything, you just got to start it and get out there. Do you know what I mean? And
yeah,
it's like a lot of things. Do you know what I mean? You get it out what you put in, and you've got to put a lot in. Do you know what I mean? You just got to keep going. Sometimes it can get bloody double annoying. I'm not gonna lie, but no, it's always glad to have more guys like yourselves on our side of the fence, going out there putting content out and telling the fucking world how it is, man. Telling these top gooners how it is. Because God knows they need to be told, man. They need to be double told because it's not pretty over the fence. But you know, we're going to
need to stop drinking tap water as radioactive.
There's something in the water over here, honestly, Johnny, bruv. Not in that water you're drinking, assuming that it's water, and it's just
it's water.
Vodka over there.
Nah, this would be gin over vodka.
Yeah. He's just gone. Yeah, do you know what? Fuck it. Yeah, I'm not even going to put this in a small. I'll just get it straight out of the flask. That's why I like you, Gianni, man. Isn't it? Just no messing about with you, is there? Do you know what I mean? but do you know? Look, boys, we've signed 6 players, yeah. And all of a sudden, everyone's going mad. We think it's a great window. And it's not the worst window in the world. Did I actually think we'd get 6 over the line? To be fair, I didn't. But when you say the names out loud especially, it sounds a lot less appetizing when you run through straight from the back. Kepa. Mosquera, who's intriguing because you don't know about him, but could he, won't he? And then you go Norgards. All of a sudden, you've named 50% of our transfer window, and 50% of them are Kepa, Norgard, and Mosquera, and there's no goosebumps on my arm. It slightly gets a little bit better when you say Madueke, but not that much better. Not that much better. All of a sudden, then you've spent £100 million. And this is where I'm sort of getting at. You know, you're adding then your next 100 million, of course, is on Zubimendi, which is not a bad signing. And, you know, it's not bad. We could have done a lot worse than Zubimendi and, of course, Victor Gyökeres. Well, that 100 million wasted, I reckon, really on them other players is going to catch us out. And this is why it's going to catch us out, boys. Because we have now left ourselves in, whether it's going to be Eze, whether it's going to be a Rodrigo, whether it's going to be both of them, I very much highly doubt. We have left ourselves to a position where we need to sell again in order to buy. So I'm looking at this as in a scenario as, are we actually even going to sign anyone else, boys? Let me put that to you, Ozzy. Can you actually foresee a scenario where our window is actually done in terms of incomings?
For now, yeah, I would say yes. Because I don't think when you look at our net spend, it's not great, is it? Yeah. We don't sell up. Big up Stag always.
Big up Static.
Yeah, it's not looking good in terms of like trying to balance the books. You know what I mean? Like if you look at Liverpool, who are having a great window, when you look at their net spend, it's less than ours. And people are like, oh my God, Liverpool, they're spending all this money, Or their net spend's about 150. We spent about 200 and improved one position. And the other thing is, the players we're trying to get rid of, they're all of a sudden just falling like flies. So I don't think we will sign anyone till players will. Big up Rashid. Big up Rashid.
Big up. Hey, big up. I made it, Aaron. I told you I'd do a little 10 minutes, 15. I know they'll be pissed off, but they'll be watching right now. Listen, I had to come on. One of the best shows I rate, one of the best shows, one of my favorite shows, one of my personal favorite shows is this show. Big up to the whole chat. Big up, of course, to Aaron. You know what I'm saying? Ozzy, you know the drill. And big up to you, my friend. I'm sorry I don't have your name.
Gianni. It's our brother
Gianni. Gianni.
Gianni.
We were
He says it like he's no Gianni.
Big up to you, Gianni. Big up to you. Are you Italian?
Yeah. Yeah, all my family's from Napoli.
What, from New York?
No, I'm from Chicago.
From Chicago? Oh, that's a shame. I like that little New York accent, Soprano, Tony Soprano.
Chicago's better than New York, brother. Trust me.
Yeah.
Chicago's way better than New York, brother. Trust me.
Hey, big up, man. What are we talking about, Aaron, right now? What are we talking about?
Well, do you think the transfer window's done for Arsenal in terms of incomings? Because obviously, I'll run it over again just for you, Rashid, because I know you are pressed for time, and apologies for anyone sort of like waiting. I know you've only got about 10-15 minutes, so I'll let you go. He's coming like a fucking wrecking ball, Rashid. You know what I mean? He don't give a fuck, brother Rashid. He's coming. No fucks given for our brother Rashid, isn't it? Anyways, what I'm basically saying is Arsenal, of course, after spending 200 million to basically sign only Gyökeres, because the rest of them are meh. Do you think, considering we have to basically sell and we're shit at selling, the only thing we've done in 2 months is rip up Tomiyasu's contract, which we probably outlaid for? Do you know what I mean? That's what we've done there. Can you see our window possibly even being done? I know we've been linked with Eze, and there's always going to be them looming links to Rodrigo towards the end. That's just going to be inescapable in terms of media and everything like that. They're always going to link. Can you actually see us not doing any more business, Rashid, bro?
Do you know what, Aaron? Yeah, I think we'll get Eze. I think they did the whole thing so maybe Crystal Palace can lower their price. Now, I don't know how much Eze, how many years he's got left on his contract. But what I can tell you right now, Aaron, yeah, is that we've had the worst transfer window out of the big teams. We're talking like Liverpool, City. You know what I'm saying?
Chelsea even in there, yeah. Because Chelsea had a good window, bro. Yeah.
Listen, Aaron, all we signed is just backup players that we already had the same level, so we didn't even up the level anywhere. On top of that, our creativity in that midfield stinks. That midfield, oh my God. We're going to watch so many, this season, we're going to have so many draws because of that midfield. We're just going to defend, because you got a bunch of rugby players playing in that midfield. Might as well just switch. Do you know what I'm saying? Might as well just switch to rugby. Maybe we'll win something there. Aaron. Think about it. But I do think we're going to get Eze, because Eze's probably, I heard that we need to pay 35 million up front. Now, I don't know if it's true. I don't know if you guys heard about it, but 35 million up front and then the rest in add-ons. And
I'm hearing that his release clause is done today. Like, I think I'm hearing that this is the last day of his release clause, and then that's that. So do you reckon we're still going to have to do that? Do you reckon that gives us more
bargaining terms?
Yeah, this is what we're saying. Yeah.
Do you think maybe Crystal Palace want to sell him? I don't know. Maybe big up Dazza. Big up Dazza.
Want to sell him, do they?
I think Crystal Palace want to sell him. And if you want to sell a player, Aaron, you're going to have to lower your price. You're going to have to lower your price. If they do, big up to Berta. He played them. He played, and as it should be. It's business, Aaron. Nothing personal, just business.
Yeah.
That's how it is. But in terms of the transfer window, Aaron, it's not looking good. It's not looking good. That creativity problem is still there. You've seen it. Do you know what? We've seen Gyökeres touch the ball once. From 77th minute. Yeah, I know it was the last minutes, but sorry, we were losing. We had the possession. How could he not touch the ball more than once? How? Why? It's because that fucking creativity problem. Sorry to cut. That creativity problem. Yeah? You got Norgard in that midfield. What's Norgard going to do? Norgard is just a cleaner. You know what he does? He run around, break some leg, get the ball back, and that's it. Job done. Odegaard, shy. Max Dolman's way better than him. Ethan, way better than him. What are we doing here? And Rice, Rice. We all know what Rice is good at, except Arteta. I think Arteta is the only guy in the fucking world that doesn't know what Rice is good at. I'm sorry, Rice is supposed to be a number 6 with another pivot, and that pivot is the one that can maybe a Skelly in that number 8. I know we've seen some mistakes, but that's from left back, and that's a different story. I don't know. The thing is, Aaron, in that midfield, is going to cost us a lot of points. But we're not going to lose, though. But we're going to draw a lot. Do you know one of them ones, Aaron? Where we're not going to lose, but we're going to draw a lot of games. So people will be like, oh, don't worry, Aaron. We'll catch up. Wait till January. Wait till the end of the season. It's always like this. We fix something and another thing breaks down. That's why you don't buy a used car. Rodrigo was available. Eze was available. I don't understand, but it is what it is. I'm done with my rant. Thank you very much for watching. Big up to every one of you. And I'm saying I have to go. They're like fuck you, bro. We're watching you on live. Don't do that. So big up to every one of you. Yeah. Love. Aaron, I'll catch you soon, yeah? I'll catch you soon.
Wait, Rashid, we're having another phone call again very soon, brother, man.
Yeah, 100%. Sorry, just I need to go.
You do your thing. Take it easy, brother, man. Yeah.
Cheers. Arteta out, by the way. Arteta out.
Tell him, brother.
Gooners too. Top Gooners too.
Love.
And for everyone in the chat as well, I know Rashid's link's been put in the chat. Go over and give our geezer some support, man, over there at Arsenal Revolution TV. Come on, man. We love a bit of Rashid over this side. He's an absolute geezer. Yeah, what you sort of obviously like making that as well? I'll bring you Gianni in there. Our transfer window, man. I mean, everyone sort of seems to think because we've got the numbers now, we've got quantity, but not really quality, have we? Really? Do you know what I mean? It's taken a bit of a hit. It's not good enough, is it? It's just not been good enough so far. People say, 6 million, 200 million spent. It's just still not good enough.
On top of that, we're still short. And on top of that, we're still making decisions that are going to financially hurt us in the future. Again, like all these guys who are going on about Trossard to sell Trossard. We're going to sell Trossard as a loss, and he's our 3rd highest goal scorer. Like the funny thing is, like looking at it from the outside in a certain perspective, Arsenal fans, I think, are like the typical, I'm going to do a $5 parlay and hope that it hits a $1,300, and I got to hope for 30 fucking things to hit for me to win. Because all they do is go off of emotions. This is why people don't understand why bookies make so much money. You're going to go off the evidence that we're going to get rid of our 3rd highest goal scorer. We're going to bring in a guy who, the sad thing is, if you tally up Trossard's goals with Arsenal compared to Eze, he's not far off and he's not playing in his proper position. We're then going to go get another guy who doesn't play left wing. He's more central like Trossard is, move him out to the left wing and hope that he can continue his numbers when it's not his formation. So either way, we're fucked.
Yeah. Oh, he's cut out there. Oh, brother Gianni's. I had a little cutout. I'll tell you what, while he's doing that, I will read out Suge's super chat. I'll read out the super chat and I'll let you carry on then. You cut out there, Gianni. And Suge is obviously in typical our brother down under fashion. He's saying big up to the legends, Ozzy, Gianni, Rashid as well, we would have said while he was here. Oh, and I guess Adam. Yeah. Suge being Suge, and that's why we love him. Hit the likes, hit the subscribe. Come on, man. Listen to Suge. Subscribe to everyone who streams, which will soon be these guys. Join the chat and enjoy the banter. Yeah, Suge, we absolutely love you for that. Yeah, and thank you very much. And big up to one of my besties, bro, Craig Overton. Big up to the missus, and big up to of course Connor and Ronnie, man. Big up to both of you two. But yeah, go on to carry on. Where you was going there, my friend, before you cut out Johnny McGee.
It just doesn't make sense. Again, when you look at it from that perspective, we're getting rid of goals and not properly replacing it. If a guy like Trossard's been scoring nearly the same amount of goals as Eze, and he's been out of position for 2.5 years, and now we're going to do the same thing to Eze, what happens if we have more of a goal drop off? I mean, the three people who should be sold is Havertz, Odegaard, and Martinelli. Martinelli's basically straight cash. If you take a loss on Odegaard's transfer fee and Havertz, you still make it up with those two massive salaries coming off the books. And then you still have enough money to be able to go out and go get Eze and the other pieces we need. I mean, everybody's looking at it still like we need a Hollywood signing for each position, when in fact you just need to go get a solid signing that's going to lead of them playing their role and doing their job. And that could end up winning you a title more than just getting Hollywood signings.
Yeah. Yeah, in fact, so the thing is as well, yeah, when you look at our squad, and I love them three players that you picked out there: Odegaard, Martinelli, Kai Havertz. All right, you might not be getting window changing money, but you will get some money for that. Now, the problem is with all three of them players, they are all massively overpaid with reference to their quality. So you've got Kai Havertz, of course. You know, he has some transfer value, but less transfer value because he's on 280k a week. Now, if he was on 180 or 150, you could get that Leverkusen return. You know, they've got a bit of dough back off of the Jacker, obviously for Wirtz. You know, they've got a few quid. You could probably see that sort of coming back home sort of signing, but they're not going to pay that wages. You could have foreseen maybe them using some of the Wirtz money, etc., to spend maybe even 25, 30 million to just bring him home. But now that's unrealistic because of the 280k a week wages. So we're stuck with him. And I reckon unless Saudi come in and blow us out the park, which they bloody well will not, by the way, we're stuck with Kai Havertz. So that's one of our dream signs, like what you say, gone, or dream sales. Then you look at Odegaard. Now, I reckon, again, that is a very viable sale. If you replaced Eze with an Odegaard, even just whatever finance, I don't care, that's an upgrade on this squad. An absolute upgrade, 150%. And also, you get that secondary benefit of taking bloody captain armband off of him. That absolute, well, no problem whatsoever. But guess what? He's on 240k a week. So if he had a 50, 60, whatever transfer value, you're going to knock 10, 20 million off of that. You know, if he's worth, say, 60 million, clubs aren't going to want to pay that for him. He's on 240k a week. Martinelli, look at Luis Diaz. This is the perfect example about all of the other three, by the way. Luis Diaz just went to Bayern Munich for 70-odd million quid because he was on 55k a week wages. If Bayern Munich was in for Martinelli, they're not doing that for that kind of money. On 180k a week. So we've almost handcuffed ourselves to keeping these players. And by keeping these players means that we cannot move forward. And we are just stuck in that never-ending loop of just, it's stale, isn't it? Ozzy, it's stale, isn't it, bruv? What we've got there.
No,
them free signings, they need out.
Yeah, no, I'd happily get rid of them, you know. Yeah. But like you said, the wages just handcuff us. And we're going to get to a point where the same shit we started off with this manager of ripping up contracts, we're just going to end up ripping up their contracts. Don't be surprised when Odegaard's and Havertz's contracts and Martinelli's, their contracts are done. They'll leave for free. The only one I could see us maybe selling is Martinelli to Saudi.
That's if he wants to go, isn't it?
And that's if he wants to go. And again, Odegaard, I don't see no one in the world in Europe paying him 240. I don't see no one in the world paying Havertz 285. You know what I mean? The only place they can go to get those wages is Saudi, and they might not want to leave. And and Saudi might not even want to buy them. You know what I mean? The only player that's kind of maybe, you know, could go to Saudi is Martinelli, but that's up to him if he wants to go. I don't think he'll go. If Saudi say, 60 million, yeah, we'll give you your 180K wages, or let's say we'll give you 200 even. You know, them Saudi guys, you know, they throw money at the thing. Let's say they even up it to 250.
I reckon they might need to for him to want
let's just say for argument's sake, they say we'll give you
the water. Yeah.
We'll give you 250. Unless he's after the money, he used to say he'll leave. I mean, I'd love to get rid of them three, and get an Eze and a Rodrigo, and we completely improve our team 100%. But who's to say we can get rid of them? And who's gonna? That's the issue with it. That's the big problem, and the problem we have this season. The biggest problem we have this season is this 65 million pound lanky, jacked up, I don't know, giraffe, donkey, whatever you want to call him. He's a big issue. And people are going to say he plays second fiddle to Gyökeres. But that guy is absolutely diabolical, man. The guy don't fit in nowhere. He's literally you think, okay, he's not a square, so I won't put him in a square. Let me put him in a circle, and he don't fit in. And then you try to put him in a triangle, and then you try to put him in another place. He just And he's the biggest problem player at this club at the moment, give or take. I know a lot of people are not going to agree with me, but he is a massive issue for me in this team, because you got a better striker, but is Arteta gonna play Gyökeres ahead of Havertz? I don't think so, because then people are gonna start questioning the signing, and you can't have a guy that you've paid 65 million for and is the highest paid player sitting on the bench. So what do you do with him? And if you wanted to get rid of him, let's just say we put up Havertz for sale now. Who would buy him? I mean, I know Newcastle might be looking for a striker. I mean, I'd love them to take him off our hands. I'd offer him for half the price, like 30 million. I'd bite your hand off for 30 million for Havertz right now. But I don't see it happening. In a dream scenario, if he was to leave the club, I'd throw a party, like I did when what's his name, the King of Zamunda left, Eddie Nketiah. I was doing what Giovanni was doing. You know what I'm saying? But I'll just have to wait till that day happens. And we're in a merry-go-round with these players. Literally, we're tearing up contracts, and we got told, oh, we're not doing this. We've coming in to stable the ship, and not give players these high contracts that we can't get rid of them in the end, and blah blah blah, and all this nonsense. And it's the same merry-go-round.
Yeah. Do you know what as well, mate? Arsenal will never move forward unless we stop doing this, in terms of we set ourselves up for failure. Buy a player in, give them high contracts. They don't perform. We can't sell them. They go for free. Then in turn, we don't earn the money to reinvest. Like I said again, and I'll go back to the Diaz thing. This is why Liverpool are having this kind of window. Look what they're doing: the Kwanzaa sale, the Diaz sale, the Nunez sale. All right, they've made money on Diaz. They're losing a little bit on Nunez, but they are still getting good money in for him. There is a very realistic realm in which Martinelli's got 2 years left on his deal. He could well easily end up leaving for free. And why? Because of his contract. And we can't keep doing this as Arsenal Football Club. Like what you rightly say, Ozzy, we're ripping contracts up. etc., etc. You do not you're not able to reinvest in the squad. Look at what happened. We invested a front three when Mikel Arteta came here. That cost Arsenal Football Club £186 million in Pierre-Emerick Aubameyang, Pepe, and Lacazette, and we let all three of them walk out that door for free. All three of them. They're all still playing, by the way. Do you know what I mean? It's not as if they were all over the hill and absolutely totally finished. Like, they're not even doing that. They're doing better than they were at Arsenal for at the minute, by the way. Maybe not Aubameyang in one or two of the seasons, but it's hardly as if he's been poor. We can't keep doing this as a football club and expect to keep moving forward. Liverpool are having summer windows like they are now because why? They are reinvesting. They can sign an Ekatike because they're selling Diaz for the same-ish sort of money there or thereabouts. They can go and sign an Isak. Why? Because they are selling other players. I can't think what their player is today. I've never even heard of him. 15 million quid. They're selling their goalkeepers for 80 million quid, albeit they probably could have got a little bit more for him. Do you know what I mean? They are making money back on their sales. What are Arsenal Football Club doing? We are 2 months. 2 months. And there's no excuse of, oh, we couldn't sign players. This isn't signing, this is sales. We're 2 months into this fucking window. And all we've done is, what? Rip up another fucking contract. And why did we have to rip up his contract? Okay, he was injured. But what did we do as a football club? His contract would have already expired if we hadn't of... Yes, give him a 45% fucking pay increase, whilst guess what he was? Injured. Only Arsenal Football Club. Only at Arsenal Football Club. Do you do that? How are we supposed to move forward? And this is why it's worrying me. We leave ourselves again now handcuffed in the window where we're like, maybe it's going to take us ages to get Eze. Why? Because we need to sell. Bruv, why is Lokonga still here? Why is Lokonga still here? Why is Lokonga still here? Why is he still here? Big up AFC always in the chat. Don't forget to smash the likes up, man. Why is Lokonga still here? I know these players that are that they are linked, and what I'm going to say is, why is Reece Nelson still here? For fuck's sake, you inherited him. That's 5.5 years ago he was here. Why is Reece Nelson still here? Why is fucking Fabio Vieira still here? I know Kivior was probably, he had a half decent sort of end to the season last season due to injury, but we're hoping that he won't be in the first team this year due to recovering from injury, i.e. Gabriel. This is the best time to sell Kivior. His stock at Arsenal Football Club will not be as high as it will be now because Arsenal Football Club will not be playing him if Gabriel's fit. Why is he still at the club then? What's going on? Why have we not fucking sold anyone? And we're like, oh yeah, well we can't bring in Eze now until we sell someone. Why have we not sold anyone then?
Well, the thing is, we bring in these players, we hype them up, and they're literally as good as a fucking sack of potatoes. And then we can't sell them because they weren't good enough. But we love hyping them up. You know what I'm saying? Every player that this man just signed is, most of them, you wouldn't have think of signing it in a million years. Like if you said, "Oh, give me 20 wingers," I don't think Madueke would have made that list. You would have named 20 wingers, and Madueke would. But we've signed him. Oh, he'll be good. Oh, Arteta has got a track record of improving players. I don't know what team they're watching, but it's definitely not Arsenal. Right. And again, we're going to end up with the same situation where we have these players that we've signed. Again, like Madueke, in 4 or 5 years, I don't think the guy will become good, and he's just going to be another dud in the club. And we're going to have the same conversation. Why is he still here? Mm-hmm. We're still not learning from the mistakes that we've made, on previous seasons.
It's because of the money. Yeah. It's because of the money. Arsenal, if you really look at it, I mean, I don't know if you guys watch the Serie A at all. Arsenal are moving just like how Juventus moved at the tail end of that 9-year run, where they just started signing crazy names to see if they could just fit into that team. And now Juventus is €1 billion in debt. They can barely buy anybody because they don't have the same amount of money the Premier League brings in. Arsenal, the only reason why Arsenal can do this is because of the amount of money they bring in because they're in the Premier League. If they were in any other league, Arsenal would be screwing themselves and they would be having a problem. And we're already seeing us having a problem. We're waiting to match Real Sociedad's time to do taxes to buy players. Arsenal should never be in a position to do that. But we constantly keep screwing up with the money. And to go back to what we were saying on sales, you could sell if you put Havertz down for 20 million, somebody will come and negotiate with him because he has to play. Here's the thing. This is where the stupidity of Arsenal doesn't click to see what they could do. All three of those players are playing to get into their international team for the World Cup this year. Havertz has to play. So Havertz is either going to start at the left wing, which is what I think is going to happen, or he's going to take a loss, go back to Germany, try to ball out to earn his permanent spot for Germany. So what do? You sell him for 15, 20 million. You take the loss, get the contract off the books. Same thing with Odegaard. If you got to sell Odegaard for 30 million, well, we bought him for 38. We've had him for so long. His books are probably already pretty much paid off, or we've refinanced to where his books are nothing. Sell him. You can take the loss because you're getting the long range money back from the salary off the books. And same thing, Martinelli's basically pure profit. We bought him for 7 million. His books are paid for. So you're getting the 9 million salary off plus money. So we could definitely sell those three players. The problem is that Arsenal acts stupid when it comes to figuring out the ins and outs of what we have to do to actually make these moves happen.
Yeah, it's mate. Again, look, it's all self-inflicted, Gianni.
Yeah, look at Chelsea. Look at Romelu Lukaku at Chelsea is a perfect example. Lukaku did that stupid ass interview where he said he wanted to go back to Inter. They sent him back. Inter and Chelsea made an agreement on the salary. He goes to Rome. They make an agreement with Chelsea on the salary. Then they finally sell him off to Napoli for 30 million, and he dropped his wages from 300,000 pounds a week to 125,000 euros a week.
Yeah.
So a deal can be made. Lukaku was on worse salary than these two guys. So again, this is more of the stupidity of Arsenal and mostly Arteta, because those are all his boys, specifically Odegaard and Havertz. Those are his boys. That's why we're not going to get rid of them.
Yeah. Yeah. Do you know what as well? Top side, it makes a good level. I didn't know this. They're saying a word coming out. Odegaard instructed his agent to explore a Saudi move during the run in the last season. Is motivated by money. Absolutely. Yeah. Get rid if that is the case. And do you know what? It's a shame that Saudi is literally the answer to all of our transfer problems. That's how bad Arsenal have fucked up in terms of squad building, because the only way we can sell players, there's only one word we say: Saudi. That's in itself. It just shows you how poorly we're run. That no one in Europe will realistically look at our players as viable for their squad. That's how poor it's got. That
no, they will. I think they will. I think Saudi. The way people are saying Saudi is more so to get closer to the amount of money that they need. It's more so, big up Macy. It's more so because Saudi, we're looking at Saudi more so to come and buy us out to where we still get a good transfer wage and get the salary off the books. That's what I think people are looking at Saudi. You could sell Havertz back to Germany for 20 million. Leverkusen could come get him. Dortmund could come get him. Leipzig is cleaning out their squad. They could come get him. Again, it's then you have to hope that they make a deal on the salary. Even if let's say we got to eat 50% of the salary for the first year. Do it. Get the fucking money back that's guaranteed.
Yeah. Yeah, facts, mate. It's just frustrating. Macy, I know you've just jumped in on there, and I'll bring you in, my brother. We are basically talking about Arsenal's frustration in terms of selling. That's what we're on at the minute, and we haven't done anything, Mumbo. What's your point on this? Because I'm always interested in what you got to say. Because you speak double, treble, quadruple facts. Big up Vincenzo, man. Come on, big up everyone in the chat as well. You world class fuckers, you. We're big up to every single one of you, man. World class. Macy, sorry to cut you there, my friend.
That's okay, Aaron.
Put a smile on all of our faces. He always does what he says, Macy. He always brings a smile to my face.
Thanks,
Come on, brother.
Appreciate
Come on,
it.
brother. All good, my friend.
Yeah, so you're right, Aaron. We do have a problem with selling some players because I've heard some reports that Zinchenko is being linked with a move to Dortmund. So now we need, this is our chance now to get rid of Zinchenko, because if Dortmund want to get him, then good. Because we need to start selling some players, because how much longer do these players have? Because every time we get one of these players, they're not living up to the hype, and all of our fan base are gassing them up. Because do you remember when Zinchenko first came to the football club, people kept saying that, but he's inverted. He can play in the midfield, but then why does our manager put him at left back all the time when our fan base say that he's a midfielder. So it's just jarring to hear like our fan base are a bunch of clueless little ants scurrying around the whole area trying to like whisper something into other people's like minds, trying to like poison their minds with something. And another thing is that the Tottenham game, and I didn't watch the whole match, I just watched the highlights. And the fact of the matter is that Lee said what he said was right. David Raya will get lobbed because that the opposition's main target is to lob David Raya when he comes out of his goal. And what did Tottenham did? They found their weak spot, and their weak spot was David Raya. And big up to Pap Sarr for exposing that weakness. Yeah. So Fact. David Raya, like, he needs to stop coming out of his goal all the time, because he's not Neuer or Edison. He will never be one of them. He is a goalkeeper, and goalkeepers have to stay in their goal, because every time I see Raya come out of his goal and does something foolish, that leads to our downfall. And Skelly as well. Like, I don't know what he was doing. And I feel kind of bad for him because he was surrounded by 3 Tottenham players. Yeah. And listen, I mean, Skelly is good, but one way or another, like, he will get found out in that left-hand side. And he's not a left back. He's a midfielder. And I don't know why Arteta is obsessed with putting Skelly at left back. Because the thing is, he doesn't understand which player plays in their main position, because he wants to do this whole experiment, because he genuinely wants to be Pep Guardiola, but in reality, he's not. He'll never be Pep Guardiola. How many times do I have to say he ain't going to try and do all this experiment so that he can do what Pep did? He will never be Pep Guardiola. Pep is 22 miles ahead of him, and he's just trying to be an absolute clown with his whole experiment of trying to put players in positions that don't suit them. And listen, the whole fact of the matter is that we got what we deserved against Tottenham. And big up to Thomas Frank. Phase 1 in his first season as Tottenham manager, he beats super duper Mick Arteta. That was an absolute masterclass from Thomas Frank. And big up to Spurs, they won another trophy. And they just won they've just added another trophy to their collection. They won the Europa League, and now they've won another cup. So Tottenham are moving mad so far, because if they keep this up, they could really start to turn into a serial title winning side. I know they're not going to win the Premier League, but I think they'll maybe go for maybe the League Cup or the FA Cup, because those are the only cups that they could go for. I just don't see them winning the Champions League or the Premier League. But I'm thinking now that Tottenham is starting to do what we're not doing, and that's win a trophy, because for years we've slagged Tottenham and we've said that, Tottenham will never Tottenham will never win nothing. But fast forward to last season, they won something. So Tottenham are moving they're moving a very serious football club now, Aaron. And if they keep this up, they could be the next Arsenal, and we could be the next Tottenham.
Yeah, look, listen, it's one of them things, man. I mean, it might take a little bit for that swing, but that's what happens sometimes. And the thing is sometimes when you're at the Premier League and you're trying to get to the top, you have spells. And what do you know what worries me, boys, is Arsenal have had their spell to be at the top and we blew it. Do you know, sometimes you go in patches, like I know Manchester City's patch, it's been probably longer than anyone else's, but they've had a nice little patch there, and maybe this is their decline where they don't win it. Who knows? But Arsenal have had a period here where we could have won 2 Premier League titles. It isn't an unforeseen reality where we could have had 3. I mean, we probably wouldn't have had 3, but we realistically could have easily have had 2 back-to-backs there. Have we missed our opportunity to actually have a little period of dominance here, because we've spent the bloody money to? We just haven't had the right manager to back it, and that's what's our frustrations. People will sit there and they'll look at our channels, and they do it all the time to me. Oh yeah, you're just negative, you're everything like this, and I'm sitting there just thinking, every time I tell you and just sit there and go, This is Arteta's 7th season at the football club, by the way. His 7th campaign as a Premier League manager. And I said this to Christian the other night, who was trying to bamboozle everyone again with his waffle. He was saying, well, you know, he's inexperienced, this and all that. And I waited for him to finish his fucking drivel. And then I said to him, when does it stop being an because they love it. It's his first job. Granted, yes, his first job. It is his 7th season. He's not an inexperienced manager anymore. When do we get to the time and the point where we just go, he's experienced enough in the Premier League now, he's experienced enough at a top level club now, maybe he's just not fucking good enough. It's just, look, what constitutes experience? For me, 5.5 years, spending £1 billion knocking on that door, that's experience now. There's no excuses. Every single member of this squad, you have largely signed and or renewed contracts. This is your squad. You've been backed. It's different, right? And I would understand and appreciate Top Gooner's side more if he hadn't have been backed. So let's just say he was here for 5.5 years, and every single year, you know, the Kroenkes really, really, really was hard on him. You know what I mean? It was Levy settings. They didn't let him spend anything. I'll go, do you know what? Considering you ain't been given a fucking pot to piss in, you've actually not done too bad finishing second. Fair dues to you. I'm not happy with it, but considering fair dues, he's been given on average £200 million to spend every single season. That is not good enough to give us what? 0 trophies, nothing, fuck all, nada. When does that stop being good enough? Top Gooners are telling us it doesn't matter. Doesn't matter. Just wait. It's long enough. Just as long as it takes. That's when it is. Well, I'm sorry. I bet you in 2006 we were going, well, you know, kind of been 2 years we ain't won the league now. It's been 2 years. What's going on here? We've done fucking 21. When do we stop saying next year? Or we'll just be patient? 21 seasons. 21. And a quarter of that has been under this manager. When does it stop, boys? I don't know who wants to jump in on that, but it's frustrating.
No, I just
like the whole thing.
Go on. Let Ozzy go on this one, mate.
Yeah.
I
just want to hit you with a stat that some people are not ready for. And if we go into next season and we don't win the league, it will be the longest time in Arsenal history going out without winning the league. Just take that into account, yeah. And big up to the Godfather Jez. He mentioned that yesterday, and I was just like, "Fuck, you know what I mean."
Sobering, but you know what though? This is the problem with that, Ozzy. And I know Macy will want to come in a second as well. The problem with that is you'll say this to all this fan base, and they'll just bat that off. Like they don't listen. Do you know what they do? I feel like we're forever having to answer for our side of the fence. And what they do is they just ask us another question as their response.
Yeah, I honestly don't get it. You know, like I say, when I argue with people, I say to them, you think I want to be standing here having this argument with you? I want to be like, oh, fucking hell, we've done a 4P, or, you know, we've won the double. Like, let's go laugh at some other fans. But I'm just constantly arguing with deluded people saying, oh, it's okay, it's all right, he's done a good job. Like, every time we come on these panels, like big up to yourself, Lee, Northside, Rashid, and so on. And we're like, fuck, you know, I'm getting old there, still ain't won the Premier League, still ain't fucking won the Champions League for fucking God's sake. You know, we just give us, and then it's getting to the point where we're literally starving out here. Give us something. You know, it's like
anything.
You know, it's like when Arsenal won the Premier League, I was about what, 12? Yeah. And the thing is, I didn't get to witness, like, and for me, I don't remember it that much. You know what I mean? I was a kid in school, like I didn't know about, like, there was like parades and stuff and whatnot. So I never really got to celebrate it as like a grown man.
And you took it for granted, Ozzy, innit?
I took it for granted, and then I remember, we didn't win the FA Cup till like 2014, and I remember it was like around my birthday's time, so I remember I was in Cardiff with the boys, and I can't lie, when we won that cup, I got emotional. I actually got emotional. And it's like, You know what I mean? Because it's like I waited 9 years for that.
Mm.
And now we're on another stint. What, 5 years waiting on nothing FA Cup? But the thing is, as much as I want to win something bigger than that, we can't look down on these trophies when we don't even win them.
Nope.
And these top managers that come in and we say, "Oh, it's Pep, he's Pep." Oh my God, like, does he dismiss the cups? But this manager, who hasn't learned his trade anywhere else, thinks he's such a super duper narcissist that he can just go from, "No, I won't win the League Cup and build the foundation and then try to push, breed a winning mentality and then say, boys, all right, we've tasted this. We know what it's like to win. Let's go." He's just going out straight for the, for the big gun when he's not even like built a squad to even win a Carabao Cup. It doesn't make sense. Another thing I wanted to add, and I've been going on for a while,
you go,
is every single manager that's worked with Pep or kind of learnt from Pep has gone on and built their experience, built their foundations, worked out what they want to do, what style of play they want to in lower league clubs. They're not straight away gone to a big club. None of them. Look at all the history of the assistants or the managers that say, "Oh yeah, I learned from Pep." They've all gone to some unknown team, learned their trade, figured out what this manager still can't figure out to this day, like playing against a low block, and then thought, "All right, cool. I fucked up here. I've made the mistake. I've learned from that. I've made this mistake. I've learned from that. This is the style I want to play. All right, cool. This works against this opposition. This works against that opposition." Well, this manager's still here for 5 years, still can't play against a low block.
How's he not figured that out yet? That's what he's paid 15 million quid a year to do.
That's what I'm saying. It's mad. And we've seen the how can I say it? We've seen the decline last season because we reached the heights and it was like, 28 wins, maximum wins, blah blah blah, points and all this. What happened last season? We had flipping, 14 draws, was it?
Yeah.
14 draws.
And 21 goals down from the season before. They go hand in hand. We couldn't score. And there you go. You had 21 goals to that team last season. You don't get 14 draws. You probably get 5. Do you know what I mean? You probably do get more points. And what happens then if you're sacrificing 9 more points? You get, you're in a total challenge. That's what that happened. You're 14 draws. 14 draws. You turn, like I said, you turn 8 of them into wins. Look at the points there. Look at the points there. All right, maybe you might sacrifice 1 or 2 of them were losses where you've gone for the game. Either way, you're still getting probably 10 extra points somewhere down the line, give or take, going for it and losing and going for it and winning. You're in a title race. Arsenal, then this is why Arteta, he's petrified. He's shit himself. He's shit the bed and left skids on the way out, isn't he? That's exactly what he's done. He's too scared to stick or twist.
Like that picture that Shane put up yesterday.
Yeah, the shoe. Yeah. Just Skid City, isn't it, man? It's no good. And under that regime, we are never going to progress, boys. We are just going to be doing the same thing over and over and over. And I bet if someone was listening to us now, they're thinking, what are they moaning for? We've signed 6 players. It's still not good enough. Because I was talking to Jamie earlier. Big up to Jamie, yeah? And one of the final questions I asked him was like, are you worried about Arsenal at the minute? And basically, it's just like, not really. Because they know that we finished 10 points behind them last season. And let's get it right, boys. If they wanted to finish 15 points in front of us, they would have. Let's just get that right. They couldn't give a toss about their last 5 games. And we still finished 10 points behind them. If they wanted to, they'd have steamrolled us. They've had a better season window than us. We're further behind them. We probably still wouldn't have even closed the gap on Liverpool that much, albeit we would have closed the gap if they hadn't have signed anyone. Because we've only really signed Gyökeres. Like, you look at that squad in defence, we've signed Mosquera, but we've let go Kieran Tierney and Tomiyasu. But either way, 2 numbers have gone out, one's come in. A youngster, 21-year-old who's never played in the Premier League before. You've let Jorginho and Thomas Partey go out, and Zubimendi and Norgard has come in. That is not a replacement as a collective midfield. And you've signed Madueke in there. He scored 13 league goals in the last 3 seasons in the Premier League. That's not every year. That's total. I mean, come on. And you've signed a striker, and you're not going to fucking play to his strengths. We're playing Tottenham. Yeah? And he leaves him off the bench until the 77th minute, doesn't start Zubimendi, and plays the same way as last season. What's the fucking point? What is the point, boys? Look, there's no point in signing 2 new players to change a system to accommodate said 2 new players to change things up to try and win it. Play the same way as last season and not play your 2 new players. I mean, fucking work. Do that math for me, someone, please, and make it make sense.
It's going to make sense.
I just can't make it, bro. I can't add them up together and get something like. You can't. Help me out here, Ozzy, bro.
No, like what I've said to you before. You know, that season, when we bottled it, what was it? 2 points?
8.
Yeah, well, I know with that one we bottled it 8, 2 points.
The other one I thought was it 2 or 4 points that we bottled?
I think it was by what, 2 points?
2? Okay.
I mean, you get that close, yeah. You fuck up on one game against Villa, and we as fans can all identify one lacking issue that would address that problem. Is buy a striker, not change the whole fucking system. But then again, it goes back to my previous point: is this manager is still learning on the job.
Yeah.
Well, now when you're looking at managers, the proper managers is every game you set up tactically to win against that team. That's what you try to do, right?
Yeah.
Why has this fucking manager, just based on one season, he's not made it across the line, changed the whole system, and then played that way for the rest of the season, and then change it again, and then play that way for the rest of the season? That's not how it works.
Yeah.
You're not going to play the same team 38 times in the league. Certain teams, you know, if they come up against, you've come up against a low block, so you got to play against the way how to win against a low block, or you're going to come against a Man City, you play gang press, so you play on the counter attack, or you play against a team that you know parks the bus. So how do you set up against a team that parks the bus, trying to pull players out of positions to make pockets, so they're not defending the goal line properly? But this manager is literally learning these things on the job, and we're paying the price for that because he's learning on the job.
Yeah.
We've said this time and time again. Arsenal is not the type of club where you come in to learn on the job.
But the third biggest club in England, for fuck's sake, and under his reign, he could
accepted this is astounding.
Yeah.
You know, tell any like fan base, you know, Chelsea, Man United, Man City, Liverpool, tell them you're going to bring in a manager who's going to learn on the job. He's a novice.
Well, Chelsea did that. They did that with Lampard because he had no business. He had no business getting that job.
He got sacked within what, a year and a half? Did he?
Within a year and a half.
That's what I'm saying. They didn't accept it.
But I mean, this is
a big club that's have accepted a novice for 5 years learning on the job.
He should have been sacked right after we bottled the league for 8 points because it was his fault we
100%.
bottled the league. When you talk about, I agree with you about trying to play to our strengths. First of all, we used to be able to break down low block teams. If you look at the way we played when we bought Trossard from Brighton, again, I go back to Trossard. Trossard played a mix of a false 9 and a number 10 when he was with De Zerbi. He was central. He either found passes, snuck into the box behind the striker, or played 1-2s off the striker where he would go in, and because he was the better finisher and he can finish with both feet. When he came in, we basically said, you're going to be our striker, but you're playing number 10. Martinelli and Saka are going to come in diagonal and lay off balls. We were basically playing the same way that Carlo Ancelotti played at Real Madrid with the 4-4-2 diamond midfield. Saka and Martinelli were more of our strikers. Trossard was the number 10. Odegaard was getting pushed further up to be able to score. And then you would have and then you left Thomas Partey and Rice back to just protect. And back then, that was also Shaka. That's what it was. So at the end of the day, he's not trying to play an offensive brand of football because that's the way that he should be playing with this. If you lined up that same 4-4-2, let's say with the players we got right now, if you want Trossard in the 10, you could throw Trossard in the 10. If we got to play Havertz in the 10, put Saka and Gyökeres as your two guys up top. At least Saka, because Saka can't be no touchline winger no more with this hamstring injury. He's already slowing down. We saw that in preseason. So now, because we need him to score more goals and we need to get more goals going, you need to put him in a position where he's closer to goal, to where now he's got free reign to just start shooting, especially now when you got a poacher in the penalty box who can pick up saves from the keeper and just put it right back in. But the problem is he's not going to change the formation. He's going to go more defensive this year. We already seen the guy's trying to play long balls out of the box. What fucking manager plays long balls out of the box to try to play possession? He's the only manager I've ever seen that uses tactics when you're playing a low block. You're going to play a defensive style of play. We're going to pick long balls out and then hope we retain possession to get out. Nobody fucking does that. Nobody. And then we saw in the game against Spurs, we got Rice pushing up. I said this on the last call-in show. If Zubimendi is going to go to a 6, if we're playing 4-3-3 or 4-5-1 and he's the lone 6, you got Rice and Odegaard pushing up and he's the only guy left to stop counterattacks, we're cooked. And if he gets hurt, you're going to put Norgard in? Everybody was telling us Norgard's a fucking improvement on Jorginho. He can't fucking run either.
Yeah.
So if both of them can't run,
pass. He can't even pass the ball.
That's my point. So if both of them can't run, stick with the guy that we know is proven at least fucking passing the ball. He's not an upgrade. The guy's a bum.
Yeah. Fucking facts, man. And this is what I'm saying. Where's the up? Because everyone's sort of saying, like I said, I went for saying we haven't upgraded really anyone apart from the Gyökeres, man. It's not good enough. Macy, come on, bro. You're just going to come in there. It's not been good enough at Arsenal Football Club, is it? And I'll tell you what, even though it was only pre-season, that weren't a friendly against Spurs. That weren't a friendly. It might not have been a competitive. Yeah, it weren't for them. And it showed. And do you know what? This is what frustrates me. I want you to come in on this as well, Mace, yeah? Oh, there's no doubt in my mind that Arteta is he goes over tactics with a fine-tooth comb, whether they're right or wrong. And 5 years, no trophies is wrong. There's no doubt in my mind he tries to implement stuff. Do you know what the biggest laughing stock of that is? Is you have to do the oldest trick in the book to get over Arsenal. Park the bus. Done. That's it. Mm-hmm. There's no fucking answer for it. So Arteta can go through all his tactics and implement them until the cows come home every single day, 24/7, 365, for however many years you want. And all you have to do is just go 10 men behind the ball and we'll probably nick a goal. That's all you have to do against Arsenal. For all the meticulous fucking tactics that he implements, and all you have to do is just go, well, we know how to beat Arsenal. We'll just put our men behind the ball and we might nick them on the counter. Or let's get it right. No one was talking about how shit we were from defending set pieces last year. We weren't any good at that.
We saw it against Tottenham. Thomas Franks come in and literally organised Tottenham in 2 months?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
From playing this mad football that they were playing against Ange. Yeah. You know, apart from the final, he's come in and look how more comfortable Tottenham are. They're not doing this high line nonsense.
Ozzy, they're doing what you're saying. They're playing to their strengths. You got a center back. You got a center back as fast as Mickey Van de Ven, who doesn't have to play on the halfway mark anymore. He's playing halfway closer to the box now. He's going to cover the ground where you can't get in. I mean, this is what sums us all up. We've spent 200 million, and we're hoping that a fucking 15-year-old is going to grow into what Lamine Yamal is now for us to win. When everybody who talks about comparing Dalman and Yamal forget is Xavi brought Yamal in to learn. Yamal was not the mainstay that won them the title when Xavi was the guy there. It was the Pedri, Gavi, and Lewandowski show. Yamal was just adding in because all the pressure of the world wasn't on him. He's grown into the player that he is now. Now, we're going to hope that this fucking 15-year-old kid who is going to have a target on his back, as a defender, anytime you hear about anybody that's good on the offensive side, you're going to lay into him a little bit more. And with the annoyance of the main side of the top Gooner fan base, we're going to put target on his back that he didn't even fucking need before. And he's 15 years old. That's how stupid this is.
Yeah, it's ridiculous. That over-reliance. Like, how can Arsenal Football Club spend 200 million quid, in pre-season, have the vast majority of their players, back fit and ready and competing, and the 15-year-old is their best performer? How is that even feasibly possible? Do you know what's frustrating is, and I don't want to go back on my own opinion because I do stand by this. So like I said, I don't really care about the first 2 or 3. The only reason I sort of cared was because it was Spurs in that third game. I always, when I look at pre-season and more looking at the last 1 or 2 games before we play our first opening Premier League, because I'm then looking at that and thinking, who's lost their summer gut? Who's up for it? Who's banging in goals? Who's on form? Who's not on form? And we playing as a collective? Are we trying things new? How are said things working out that we're trying new? Maybe we're not trying new. Why are we not? Etc. But I'm looking at these games, especially that Spurs game, sitting there thinking nothing's changing, which is worrying. We're doing the same old thing. We've got Martinelli, who is just looked fucking shit again. Odegaard, just not even doing anything. Kai Havertz, not at the races. What has changed? How can we just keep going and going and going and going when we've got Martinelli? No. Kai Havertz, no. That's going to be 2 of the three players that start the opening game in the Premier League. And I'll tell you why, boys, before I stop waffling and one of you boys can come in. Because Gyökeres ain't getting the minutes. That's going to be the defining factor as to who starts that Manchester United game, by the way. And I reckon it's going to be Havertz. And I'll tell you why. Because Gyökeres ain't getting the minutes. He needs to get probably about a good 120 minutes, probably there or thereabouts in the next few games. 100% he needs to get 90 minutes and then a 30 somewhere else. He needs to get there or thereabouts against Villarreal or Atletico Bilbao. Otherwise, we're fucked. Like, let's just get that right. He's not going to start. And as soon as he starts Kai Havertz, if he does, on the form that he's in, and we'll have again Martinelli on the left-hand side, stale and rusty as fuck, we're fucked for the opening game of the season. And I want to bring it to that now. This Manchester United game at the start of the season, this is probably one of the biggest opening games of the Premier League Arsenal Football Club have ever had. And I'll tell you for why, and then I want one of you boys to come in on it. Because in the very realistic realm of fucking possibilities, if Arsenal draw, let's just say we get a draw at Old Trafford, and that's been, whatever. Let's say we draw that, and I expect us to still beat Leeds, but then dropping points at Old Trafford then also makes that Leeds game a very, 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 the first home game of the league, by the way, a very pressurised situation. That's just facts. But let's say we get through that, though, and we get 4 points. Then we've got Liverpool. If Liverpool do us at Anfield at match day 3, we could very easily find ourselves 5 or 6 points behind Liverpool. 5 or 6 points. That's very realistic. That's not me being negative or anything like that. That is fucking very, very, very cold, hard fucking facts in terms of possibilities. And then you're going and you got Nottingham Forest. Then you've got Manchester City at home and then Newcastle away.
Mm-hmm.
You cannot afford to be playing Kai Havertz and Martinelli off form. You have a bad show against Manchester United, and that sets you up for our opening 6 fixtures to a very, very massive fucking failure, boys, doesn't it?
Yeah, 100%. And the reason, it's good that you brought up the fixtures that we have, Aaron. I mean, the Manchester United game will decide whether or not we look like we have a chance of challenging for the title, which I believe we might not. We might not win, because the fact of the matter is, I've seen Manchester United on how they've been playing the past few weeks. Did you see their game against Bournemouth? They absolutely took Bournemouth apart. And I know that the team, they still have some scraps in their team, like Garnacho, Rasmus, Bruno Fernandes, but they're still playing very well together. But it's just the thing is, like, we're not. It's just the thing is, Arteta is so obsessed with starting Kai Havertz every single game, because he was the reason he paid £65 million for Kai Havertz to start him game after game, because he believes that Havertz is the key to us getting over the line. But in reality, he ain't, because every time I see Havertz start a game, he can't even do one good thing. He can't run forward. He can't create a goal scoring chance. He can't head a ball on target. There is nothing he can do. And I just don't understand why our fan base are saying, oh, but look, Macy, he's bulked up. He looks a very strong gorilla and stuff. He's not. He lost weight. He's running around like Mr. Incredible in his fat tummy. Like what the, like, I'm just sick and tired of our fan base going on social media and having a look at our players when they're going to the gym and like having, like, saying all these like weird things about them, saying, oh, look at Calafiori, he's making himself look very strong. Nobody cares about the players. All we care about is trophies. Because how much long do we have to do our fan base have to sit here and say, oh, look at this guy, he's so cool and sexy? And it's just ridiculous as to why our fan base, they're just so like they're so like messed up in the mind as to with their obsession with our players, that they don't understand that the aim of a level of a game is to compete and to win a trophy. And it's not going to change, because unless we lose a game or we go on a bit of a losing run, our fan base will wake up. Like, and I think Christian, Igal, and Igal, as long as we lose a match, I think they will slowly start to turn on Arteta, because I just think, I know that they love Arteta so much, but if we lose a match, if we go on this losing run, then I think they could start to turn their back on Arteta, because if they keep saying, oh, but give Arteta time, it's only one loss, we can still get back into the title race, it's just not good enough. And the reason is, our fan base, they will never learn from the past mistakes, because we will never, we have not changed one bit since the last season, the season before, and the season where we bottled the league. We will never change, because we'll always be the football club that always is in the finish line, but we can't get to the main goal.
Yeah, no,
lovable losers. They're turning Arsenal to give a baseball analogy. Arsenal are turning into the Chicago Cubs. Like, your fan base is allowing you guys to turn into the Chicago Cubs. Cubs didn't win a World Series for 101 years. And the part of the reason for that is, whether Chicago Cub fans will ever admit this or not, is because the Cubs allowed, our nickname for Cub fans in Wrigley Field was, it's the world's largest outdoor bar. For so many years, Cub fans didn't give a rat's ass if the Cubs won or not, and the owners took care, and the owners used that to their advantage. Once the Cub fans finally got sick of it, after being the laughing stock of the MLB for 100 years, they finally stopped going to the games, and the owners had to turn everything around, and within 3 years, they won a World Series. The Arsenal fan, until it changes for Arsenal, it's going to be the same thing. You guys will inherit the lovable losers nickname for the Premier League for being a big club, but can never get it done. But all the fans are okay with it because it's always about the quote unquote hand job journey. It's all bullshit.
Yeah, mate, it's fucking bullshit. Just quickly before I jump in, don't forget people that are in the building, smash that like button up. Also, big up to Touchline for the raid. Big up to you, brother. I hope you're doing well, my friend. Big up to the world-class chat as well, man. Come on, we got legends in the building, like man. We got Danny in the building. Big up to you, man. I ain't seen you in a little bit, brother. We got Lionel in the building saying, yeah, this is funny. Yeah, are you looking forward to Sesko scoring? And I'm muted saying, yeah, see, Arteta was right to want him. No, I'm not looking forward to that if that happens, if Manchester United get him. And he probably will score against Arsenal should he be playing, should they get him. No, I'm not looking forward to that as that happens. But big up to you, mama. Big up to Waffle in the building, Winston in the building.
Big up Waffle.
There's a couple of, yeah, come on, man. Big up Waffle. He's the geezer. And yeah, this was just from earlier as well. Big up to Suge again, man. Gianni, come on, stop this. Speaking facts. It gets us nowhere. Yeah, that's what we're still going to spit the facts. But it does get us nowhere. Big up, Suge. Big up to our brother Joseph as well. This geezer been here from day dot, man. Been here from absolute day dot. And it's the same with all the channels, man. He supports all the channels, all the real channels as well, Joe. And we all appreciate you coming over and following us, man. And he's even been kind enough to give us a donation as well. And it's saying big up Aaron and panel, but big up to you, Joseph, my brother. Need to see Macy via Gow again. We do need a bit more of that in our lives. We do need a little bit more of that in our lives. I'm not going to lie. And he's saying, remember, Madueke will prove us wrong. Yeah, man. I mean, yeah.
They're on the run this year.
Yeah.
Top Gooners are on the run this year.
Aren't they just, mate? Aren't they just?
Mm-hmm.
We'll
see. This is gonna be the make or break. This is gonna be the make or break year for them because they'll have if we walk away with no I'm sorry. I don't think unless we pulled off a cup double and we ran Liverpool or City all the way to the end of the season. I don't know if we can keep them. I don't even know if a cup double can keep him. Not with this amount of money spent. Not with this amount of money spent.
Yeah. I mean, look. For me, I actually agree with you. It's not good enough. If he wins a domestic cup double, for me, it's thank you very much for leaving on a high, if you want to call it. But get me someone else that can win me the Premier League. I would then at least, if he was to do that, I'd at least connect. I could understand some Top Gun saying, "Oh, I think he should say and deserve another season," even though that's not what I want. I could then, off the back of a trophy-winning season, go, I can at least appreciate why you want him to stay now because he's actually won something and numerous stuff. However, I would still be of like your Gianni, your opinion, going, it just ain't enough. We haven't spent £1 billion to win another FA Cup and the League Cup. What we wanted was, and let me say it like this, that would be an acceptable season if we had won the Premier League 2-3 years ago or won it last year or something like that. If we'd have won a Premier League in between that and then say last year, not last season, the season before, when we finished 2 points behind, if we'd have won the Premier League then, I'd empty it. Well, I'd have still wanted him gone. But if then he backed that up after last season winning nothing with a domestic double, I'll probably be more inclined to at least appreciate people wanting him to stay because he's came here, he's won an FA Cup, then 2 years later won the league, then a year later won a domestic double. You're then looking at, okay, not every season winning, but you are then looking at a manager that is delivering, albeit not at the rate that we would like, but is delivering every other season. He's not doing that. He's not doing that. We haven't gone from a 1920 season when he won it without. Well, we only signed Murray and Cedric, of course, and then his spending really started from being the current holder of the FA Cup. He's not won anything since then. Since he then started taking control of that squad, he's not won anything, and he's getting further away from it. Look, and you cannot tell me, and this is why I always use use Top Gooners things against them. They can't sit on one side of the thing and go, well, you know, he took us from 8th, even though he put us there, to 8th, to 5th, to 2nd, and then from 5 points behind second to 2 points behind, and then we finished 10 points behind second. You can't then say that's progression and this isn't regression. You can't have both sides of that. You cannot do that. If it's progression, then it is regression. And last season, you can't sit there. And this is what I hate. Yeah, I get into this. And I want to know your opinion, whether you agree with me on this or not. And I think maybe you will, but I'm intrigued. Chat, tell me if I'm talking absolute shit. Every time I say Arsenal aren't a semi-final team, I get laughed at, mocked at, and fucking all abuse under the sun. It's not on this channel, on my channels and likelihoods. It's usually when I go on other channels and, you know, panel shows or whatever. I say semi-final ain't our ceiling. And now they're like, what are you talking about? We qualified for 2 semi-finals last season. We've been in this and all of that. If you fucking lose every single one of them, semi-finals ain't your level, bruv. You qualified there by winning the quarterfinals, which were your level. Last season, we got taken the piss out of in the fucking Carabao Cup. Twice, home and away by Newcastle, not even scoring a single goal. How is the semi-final our level if you're losing both 2-0? It's not your level because you're losing them. And then you follow that up by conceding a goal after 3 minutes at home in the first leg of the Champions League final and then losing the other leg. If you've had 4 semi-final legs in a fucking season and you've lost every single one of them, then the semi-final is not your level. How is that so difficult for people to comprehend? Now, maybe people won't agree with me, but if you're getting there and not winning anything, then semi-final ain't your level. Because if the semi-final was your fucking level, you'd be winning. You'll be winning them.
You're right, Aaron, because it goes against their narrative, isn't it?
You know, difficult. It is.
Especially they say, "Oh, we got to a Champions League semi-final. We got," but did you get past it? No, and that's your point.
On top of that, look at Manchester.
We got to a semi-final. Was it against Newcastle last season again as well? If I remember correctly.
Yep.
Yeah.
Did we win it? No.
Couldn't even score a goal.
So they prove your points. We get to semi-finals, we don't fucking win them.
On top of that, just look at City. You want to look at like what you're talking about with like a Champions League. All the recent teams that have never won a Champions League before, outside of Chelsea, I mean, not even outside of Chelsea. They were all winning trophies to learn the winning DNA before they win a Champions League. Yeah. Manchester City blew how many fucking times in the Champions League, but they were winning and started getting the mentality. Then they finally got one. Then they finally got the player that they needed to get over the line, and they fucking won it. We don't even have a player to get us over the line in the Premier League, but we're going to go beat Europe's best? Get the fuck out of here.
Yeah, come on, man. Yeah. They think we're kidding. Like, it's just I can deal with all like the you know what I mean, the you're negative, you're this and all that, like whatever. But fucking when we're talking stone hard facts, that's when it just starts, and I sit there and thinking, you waste your time with them, didn't you? You waste your time with people, boys. It's frustrating, man.
And on top of that, Aaron, every year, why is it always Top Gooners talking about when we go into the draw for the knockout stages? We're hoping, I hope I don't get Bayern Munich, or I hope I don't get, bruh. If we're good enough, knock them motherfuckers out early in the tournament. That means you got the balls to maybe go on and win.
Facts.
So what? We're gonna die. Let's hope that we get Let's hope we get PSV. We hope that we could get a PSV. Another random freaking team. Let's say we hope we get a Marseille. Hopefully Aubameyang don't score against us in the Champions League next year.
Yeah.
We want all the bullshit teams for what? For us to go into a final? We've never been in a final. Now we're going to go against one of these teams that are used to that pressure? It don't fucking work that way. You got to build before you can go get that.
Yeah. And it never has worked that way, Johnny. Never.
No.
It doesn't work like that.
And even here, look at how many good teams over the years that we've seen that have won leagues consistently and could never put it away in the Champions League. Just because you also win in your league doesn't mean it's guaranteed that you're going to win in the Champions League. Knockout football, anything can happen. Lyon in COVID knocked out Juventus and Manchester City and almost knocked out Bayern Munich. Lyon hasn't been Lyon then is far from the Lyon of the early 2000s that was unbelievable. But they never won. It's not guaranteed that you're going to win. But we need to build the winning DNA first, and this coach is not him.
Yeah, it's not him. He never has been. He isn't, and never will be it. He just never will be it. If you haven't done it by now in the Premier League, you probably won't ever do it. Like, and you know, do you know what else is? And I'm going to come into this next little bit. Do you know what else pisses me off when they say, "Oh yeah, but it took Alex Ferguson 6 years to win the Premier League"? Statistical fact, may I just add. However, people seem to forget that he won both domestic cups and 2 European trophies, and also came with a pedigree. He won at fucking St Mirren. He won at Aberdeen. We're talking about a manager that comes in with pedigree. And at Manchester United, they're like, oh, yeah, well, it just took him 6 years to do that. Yeah, okay, cool. Well, in his third season, he won the FA Cup. Or the League Cup, sorry. Oh, the FA Cup, sorry. In 89-90. And then he wins guess what? Two European trophies. He wins the Super Cup and the Cup Winners' Cup. And then he goes and wins the League Cup. Do you know what I'm saying? We're not talking about a muppet here. And then that also means that Arteta then has to win it just to match Alex Ferguson's. Do you know what I'm saying?
Yep.
Like, I just don't understand it. Jurgen Klopp took 4 years to win it. Yeah, that was 2 years previous to Arteta.
Yeah, but what he was walking into at Liverpool is a completely different fucking situation than what we had going on. What he walked into at Liverpool is completely different than what Arteta walked into. These top gooners overhype bullshit with what Arteta walked into. He had a good team. He won an FA Cup with the team.
It's funny how they always come back to that, isn't it?
Yeah. We always thought, oh, he won an FA Cup. Right. It wasn't his team, but the team was good enough to win an FA Cup.
Yeah.
And everybody always likes to. The other thing is, the guy is a serial fucking bottle job. Anytime that we've had a goal for us to do something, he hasn't gotten there.
Yeah. Danny. Yeah, he's been a Liverpool fan here, Danny.
It's Liverpool speaking.
Danny, you sneaky fucker. You've been a Liverpool fan.
But look at all. Let's go through all the years with him, right? Okay, he wins the FA Cup. The following year, he gets bounced by Villarreal when we needed to win the Europa League to get Champions League money, right? The next year, he got us all the way up to third. We looked good that we were going to qualify, and then what ended up? Big up J Real one. He then goes after we bottled the year. We get no European football because he thought Emil Smith-Rowe should play false nine against Villarreal. The following year, he got us all the way up to third, and he bottles that. We fall back into the Europa League. He's just a continual. Then we get Trossard in. We're smoking the shit out of everybody. We're 8 points clear. You know what? I need to bring my guy Gabby Jesus back in. He needs to be the striker. We bottle the league. And then the next year, we bottle the league again. And then the next year, all the injuries, because we got rid of all the squad depth caught up, we don't win the league again. Every single fucking year, the guy fails to get to where we need to be as far as a target for that year. So what makes this going to be anything fucking different?
It's ridiculous.
Sorry for all the swearing.
No, I don't care. Yeah, no, it's just what it is. It's what it streams for, isn't it? Do you know what I mean? It's frustrating, bro. It's frustrating what we have. And sometimes you just got to get it out, and do you know what I mean? It's ridiculous. It's borderline ridiculous. What's your take on it, Macy, man? You've been waiting there a little bit patiently, man. What's your take on it? What's Arteta winning? I'll tell you, I'll ask that. Is Arteta going to win something this season? Macy?
I'm not really sure, Aaron, quite frankly, because the thing is, we always, like I said, we're in the finish line, but we can't reach the aim goal, and that's to get a trophy, because we did that last season in the Champions League against PSG. When Saka got that goal, we were all saying that's good. Now let's see if we can get another goal. And when Saka missed that sitter, I said, that's it, we're fucked, we're finished. Let's just turn it in. We're going out. And I think that was embarrassing as to why we can't get to that finish line, because every time we are this close to reaching our goal, we fumble it in the very, very last second. We did that in that title-winning season almost a year ago when we bottled the league. And last season, we bottled it in the Champions League in our most important, in our most opportunistic way of getting that Champions League, because we've still not won a European trophy since the 90s. I think we won the Cup Fairs Cup, as I can recall. But all in all, I just think we're not going to win nothing, Aaron, because I just think Arteta just wants to think that he's going to win something. But in reality, he's just going to do what he just did all the years since he's taken over as manager. He's just going to get to the finish line, and he's just going to lose his chance of getting to that final last that final last like run, and all comes down. Like when we come down, that's it. I just think this season we're not gonna win nothing, and I hope all of our fan base, the Arteta cult list, they all turn their back on the manager. I hope, because I'm just sick and tired of our fan base turning themselves into cult groups. Like they're always like doing something to protect this manager, because I just don't know why our manager gets so much protection from everybody. He gets protection from our fan base. He gets protection from the pundits. You know, Gary Neville came. There was Jamie Carragher and Gary Neville had a bit of an argument as to like decide whether or not Arsenal could win the league this season, and I just don't know who's telling the truth. Is it Jamie Carragher or is it Gary Neville?
Yeah. I'll be both of them. Yeah. Ozzy, you got in there first.
I can't stand them, bro. I can't stand them both. They're both just bullshitters.
Yeah.
You got Gary Neville, who's a biased man, obviously Man United ex-player. You got Jamie Carragher, who talks about what it takes to win the Premier League when he's never won one. Like,
Do you know what? Just quickly, can I jump in there, Lawrence?
Big up, Lawrence.
Big up to you, Lawrence. He sent me a pic of the new Arsenal merch. I had a little look on Instagram. Just bought out after last night's humiliation in Hong Kong. I think you wanted to take a mortgage out and you have to afford it. I had a little look, and the hospital gown merch is it's wonderful.
That's ridiculous.
That's ridiculous. That's funny, man. No. But do you know what though? I had a little look. It's not actual a hospital gown. It's about. I don't, because there's a personal picture of Lawrence. I don't want to go into too much detail. I don't know where it's
fair enough.
Yeah. But do you know what it did do, Lawrence? Though I will say, it reminded me, and I'll get to it in a little bit, just a tiny little bit further down on the show. There was other new strains of merch out that I was going to show on Monday, but I didn't get to show it. And then I just went and had a little look, thanks to Lawrence, reminded me on that, in the hospital gown merch. Big up to you, Lawrence, and I hope you are well, my brother. There's two more that's lined up, ready to come out. And both of them, well, one of them actually is quite smart, but the other one is more horrendous shit. And we will get back into that very, very, very soon. But just wanted to read that out from Lawrence, man. And big up to you, Lawrence. And of course, Danny, man, come on, brother. Danny's been double Danny generous by donating
big up Danny.
But that's a big up to you, Danny. Yeah, man, big up to you. He's been lobbing some very biased Liverpool stuff towards Manchester United in the chat. But you know what? He's a Liverpool fan. You know what I mean? He's a successful football club, and you know what, Danny? You've got the bloody well right to, ain't you, my friend? And you're in the right place to have a little bit of a gloat over Manchester United because, well, fuck Manchester United. Politely, of course. You know what I mean? Yeah. Unpolitely, of course. But now, big up to you, Danny, and big up to Lawrence as well, and everyone in the chat. Don't forget, smash that like button up, man. It means the absolute world if you could do that, man. And we will soon be having new channels as well coming in, so we'll be able to get them linked in the description and upcoming shows very, very, very soon. I will just one second. Let me just get back to this. We had a bit of Keely in the building. How are you doing, my girl? And I just wanted to bring this as well. Benjamin Sesko shows in Newcastle. I see a couple of people in there in the chat there posting in that is I don't know if it's a bomber. Who is it? Is it Ornstein? A bit of here we go, is it, or something like that? It's got to Newcastle, which obviously would mean then that looks like he's
No, she's saying Slovenia reports. So it's not a Fabrizio or a Ornstein.
Oh, and I've also there's been
mate, take over. I'm gonna have a little look. That's it.
Yeah, let's go to Newcastle. I mean, that would be good because now that Isak it looks like Isak, if he's going to Liverpool or not. I mean, if Newcastle really if Isak really is leaving Newcastle, then they have to get a backup. They have to get somebody that could like cover in the goals for him. Like maybe Sesko, because like I just don't know. But there's been other reports as well. Like I've just seen on the news that Pierre-Emerick Aubameyang has just returned to Marseille. And
that's been in the pipeline for a little bit, I think.
I mean, it's I mean, I was a bit flattered. Like Aubameyang went back, like Aubameyang left Saudi, and now he's gone back to Marseille. Like, but like, I mean, this is good for him because now he gets to work under a proper, not a proper manager, but somebody that can get the best out of him, De Zerbi, because
De Zerbi's a proper manager, Macy. He just needs to get a big. He just needs to get a big job.
Gianni, look what he did last season. He took Marseille all the way to second place. And listen, I know that's a lot of us say that second is not good, but last season Marseille were absolutely like cooking in Ligue 1 under De Zerbi. Like the players that he had as well, you know, Greenwood, Jonathan Rowe as well. Like
Gouiri.
Gouiri,
the Algerian. He's a guy that I wanted Arsenal to sign for a true number 9 striker. He's a bad boy.
I'm telling you, like this season, I mean, if Aubameyang does like if Aubameyang scores a lot of goals at Marseille, we could see them challenging for a Ligue 1 title. Like they could challenge PSG for the title this season. And I also received the report that Victor Osimhen has officially has become a Galatasaray player permanently.
Yeah.
Thank God.
I mean, I wanted Osimhen at Arsenal, but I mean, now that he's at Galatasaray, I mean, I mean, it's just the thing is, like, we're being like, it would have been nice if Osimhen was at Arsenal because he could at least do what Kai Havertz can't do, and that's score goals. Because when he
Victor Osimhen and Arteta would have gotten a fist fight within the first 2 weeks there. If you go back and watch the season 2 years ago when Spalletti left Napoli and we brought in I'm forgetting the guy's name, the French guy who came in as the manager.
Raul Garcia.
Yeah, Rudy Garcia. Rudy Garcia and Osimhen got into spats within the first 6 weeks because Garcia was changing the entire scenario from how Spalletti played. And Osimhen and everybody were being very verbal about how much they didn't like it. And that's why Garcia got sacked. Arteta's not putting up with that. Arteta's not going to have a striker that's going to come out and do that. Now, from what some people are saying is Gyökeres will do that, and that's a worry for Arteta. I hope he does. We need somebody that's going to get this fucking idiot out of here.
Yeah, 100%. Because
Osimhen does everything. I don't care what any of these English pundits saying. Oh, Osimhen doesn't work for Arsenal. All these top gooners. He can press. He's more physical. He's a finisher no matter what, and he's good at heading in the box. The fact that he landed at Galatasaray is an absolute ridiculous situation that he went there, especially with how he played at Napoli. There's no reason why a big club shouldn't have got him. Was it the amount of money he was asking for? Maybe, but it is what it is.
We got a question here, I think.
I was impressed with Como versus Ajax. Paz and their new boy. Como play better football. Como do play better football than Arsenal, but the other thing is Como's the first ever team to come out of a second division in Italy and get that much money dumped into them that's not Juventus. So I'm waiting to see Cesc Fabregas how he does this year. And if Fabregas moves up to one of the big teams the following year, if he goes and takes over Juve or Inter, then we'll see what Fabregas is really all about. But a second team that just came out that got that much money dumped into it, I need to see a little bit more from Fabregas and Como before I'm convinced by that.
100%, yeah.
Yeah. No, thanks, Lawrence. I've just seen you've jumped in, Aaron. I thought hospital gown on where it was, but that's nothing compared to what Saka was wearing.
And he picked up another injury, didn't he? Saka picked up another injury, no?
Spurs?
Yeah.
Because I see him, like I'm sure seen that it had a little limp or something. I didn't realise it. Has it been confirmed as still serious now then?
No, I didn't see anything about serious yet with him. I didn't see anything serious. I know Trossard, they're saying he may not make the first 2 games, which is going to be hard for us to move him now that he's going to be hurt. But
Yeah, no, I don't know. Lawrence, you know about any of that? Oh, big up as well, Lawrence, man. He's a funny fucker anyway. I've got to give him to that. Yeah, he's an absolute geezer, our Lawrence. But I don't know. I don't know what you made of that Tottenham game, boys. We hadn't actually really spoke about it, even though it was only yesterday. I'm going to bring Quaja in there because you've been waiting patiently there.
Big up Quaja.
Big up Quaja, man. What was your take on that absolute shower of shit yesterday? Absolute shower of shit.
First off, we started the game well. For 20 minutes, I thought we started the game well, but then after that, it's just the same old Arsenal, you know. To this turn into Mikel Bin Laden.
Your mic, just quickly, brother. Sorry to interrupt you. It's quite muffly. I don't know whether you're too close to it or anything like that. Just for you, it just seems a little bit muffle. It might be my headphones. I don't know if anyone else was hearing it.
No, I heard a little bit. Just a hair.
Maybe might have to move away from it a little bit. Round 2.
So basically, like, we started the game well with 20 minutes, and then after that, we never looked like scoring. I mean, Mikel Arteta just turned into Mikel Bin Laden, you know, with this terrorism football. It's just terrorism at its finest. I've seen him killing players. He's killed like players' body, you know, sending players down the ground as always. He's Bin Laden now. Unless we get out of prison, so we can be free now. I just want him to be like sacked. Once he gets sacked, we'll be free from prison. I feel like I'm in prison because of Bin Laden. He put me in prison for the reason. Yeah. And can someone explain to me why is that goalkeeper out of in goal all the time? Who's told that goalkeeper to get out of the goal?
The manager. He's the only guy that can try to take pragmatic ideas and pragmatic style of play to mix it in with controlling football. Who the fuck tries to play long balls to try to create possession? Long balls is just to get the defense off your back for you to be able to reassess and set up your offside line. That's all you've ever seen defensive teams do. Look at Atletico. Atletico either hits a long ball to try to catch you out to just get a quick goal, or it's for them to be able to breathe again and force you to try to get back through the low block. That's what you do with long balls. Not trying to play it up top to Havertz and then have Havertz hold on to the ball, and then we're going to have Declan Rice be the next guy that's coming up behind him. He makes no fucking sense.
Yeah. Have you seen the goal? Like, he passed it to Skelly and he got caught. I think it was a foul in the end. I'm not sure if you thought about it. I think it was a foul, but, you know, I can't give excuses for that because we've seen the top teams giving like, oh, the ref was against us, like the PGMOL. Liverpool had the PGMOL title. Don't forget that. They were saying that it was a PGMOL title. And let's not forget, Lewis Skelly got caught out. How many times do we have to say this? He's going to get caught out at some point. Like, it's not his fault. He's a midfielder. You've got
your mic's still going
nuts now, man.
Yeah.
In fact, let me away from him.
Yeah. If it don't work, you might have to come back out and come back in. Sometimes that's the issue. But now I know that you're backstage if it doesn't. Go on,
they're talking about PGMOL for Liverpool. We should be thanking God that the bullshit from PSR is as rigged as it is. Because if PSR wasn't as selective as it was with all these other teams that are trying to bridge the gap between the top 6 and everything else, we'd have real problems with Aston Villa and Newcastle right now. It's the only reason why these clubs can't spend money is because how everything's set up with PSR. It's only built for the big 6 teams to try to maintain where they're at.
Yeah, no fact.
Let's not forget.
That's better.
Let's not forget. We were playing. Where was our captain today? Where was our captain? What did he do? Can someone explain it to me?
Same thing he's always done.
I've seen our captain. He had the chance to shoot. He missed hitting.
Trash.
That sums up our captain. That's our captain for you guys. Does anyone think Odegaard was world class by any chance? Raise your hand.
If he was, he wouldn't be playing at Arsenal.
Yeah.
If he was, they'd be at Real Madrid.
They would have kept.
Can somebody explain to me how everyone tells me that he's one of the best midfielders in the world? Does anyone think that?
Those are top gooners. Nobody who really knows ball knows that Odegaard's not top 15 midfielders in the world.
I wouldn't even put him in the top 20.
Yeah.
I've seen some of the top gooners try to compare captain to Iniesta, by the way.
Yeah, please. That's disrespectful. That's disrespectful. Odegaard's never been a generational talent. Get the fuck out of here.
Mate, look, I've done a stream back a little while ago, and I've done it a few times on Odegaard because people seem to think that he was a wonder kid, and then I got his stats up over there, and I'm like, where? Prove it to me. There just isn't any statistical facts or even the eye test that ever show that Odegaard was a wonder kid. He might have looked good when he was 15 and playing against 13-year-olds. He probably did look good in Norway. You know what I mean? He did probably look like he had a good bit of attacker. But
Aaron, if he's so good,
he was never a wonder kid though. That's what
Aaron,
I mean.
if he was such a wonder kid and he was so good, why did he lose his job to an old man David Silva at Real Sociedad? He was the number 10. David Silva took his spot. They made Odegaard play left wing because they still needed to keep him there so that he could fulfill what he needed to do on the loan that he was there. That's it.
Yeah.
That's it. Old man David Silva smacked him out of the way. Now, David Silva is a fantastic player, don't get me wrong. But if you're that good and you're supposed to be a prodigy, that shouldn't be happening to you.
Yeah. Yeah. Do you know what I like this? This is the point by Danny, yeah, and I want anyone to come in on this because this doesn't get spoken about enough. When it comes up, obviously our side of the fence get pissed off. This is one of the biggest things. Arteta seems to think that he's brought to some degree, he has actually united people together with it. Just the wrong people for the wrong thing. The North London Forever song, mate. Like everyone's like, oh, it brings such a great atmosphere. It's just it's not got no significant meaning. It's just you lot fucking sing this all together. Do you know what I mean? Everyone's like, oh, this has bonded us. It's not. You never walk alone. It's just not. It's not our song. It's just a song we've had shoved down our throats and now sang everywhere by gullible mugs, isn't it?
Yeah, and I also think that. Do you remember when we beat Manchester United 1-0 in that season where we thought that because do you remember when Kai Havertz said in the interview when we beat United, he said, if Tottenham beat Man City, I'm going to support Tottenham and hopefully when Tottenham beat Man City, we're going to win the league. And then after that, Tottenham will, and I see AFTV, Robbie was basically like he was holding a unicorn of Arsenal and Tottenham united together, and I just don't know, like Robbie, absolutely, like why is he wearing a Tottenham shirt when
only in England,
bro? Who does that?
Only in England. That's only in England. If you were a Napoli fan and you tried wearing a Juventus jersey, you might get killed. We ain't rooting for you. We ain't rooting for Rome, and we ain't rooting for Milan.
And even have you seen this thing as well? Another one, and even Paul Merson said that. Do you know what? If Tottenham beat Man City, I'll go and get a Tottenham tattoo right here. I mean, Paul Merson is another. I mean, I respect Paul Merson, but why did he say that he was going to get a Tottenham tattoo? Like, I just don't.
Only in England. Only in England. You can't do that nowhere else. Ask Sam to put a Barcelona jersey on. The next time Sam's on the show, ask Sam to put a Barcelona or Atletico Madrid jersey on. Ain't fucking happening.
Do you guys remember Luis Figo? Do you guys remember Luis Figo when he left Barcelona to Real Madrid? Look what happened to the Barca fans. They were throwing stuff at him.
He said he got at him, didn't he? Or something like that.
Brother, Higuain had to have personal security when Juventus played Napoli. We tried blowing the car up that he was in. The ultras that are over there. We ain't going for that shit. To this day, there's Higuain posters of us showing him hanging from stuff on freaking on murals and stuff. You make that crossover. If you go from Napoli to Juventus, you're dead to us. Doesn't matter who you are. You're dead to us.
Let's not forget.
Only in England does that shit.
Let's not forget. You see the Arsenal murals that were vandalized. Some of our fan base got rattled by some graffiti saying Arteta around.
Oh yeah.
I remember all of that. Yeah.
And somebody speak to me like some Arsenal fans have had enough.
Under
like,
why do
you not Arsenal fans
was the left of the stadium.
Have you seen some of the games?
It was all over the It was all over the what do you call it? All over like the Arteta mural or the Just Kroenke mural, was it, or something?
Yeah, to the left of the stadium. You know when you get to the roundabout.
Yeah. That's where I come through. Yeah, because you got the Tollerton, and then you cross over. Then you got the Tollerton, and then you go forward, and then you got the tunnel, wouldn't you? And then you got the armory in front of it, and then you go. I always got like the little ramp bit just before the stairs. That's where I sort of turn.
Yeah. It's just before them little tunnels like that. You've got those pictures in it. They've all been vandalized.
How mad is it, boys? By the way, that fucking Premier League kicks off in 2 weeks.
Yeah,
time is flying, guys.
Yep.
And we haven't got a left
was
winger.
it 17th?
Yeah.
We haven't got a left winger. Just not
2
forget.
weeks time, exactly right. As it stands, like, all right, Grant, we don't know this for certain. As it stands, we are still going to probably start away at Manchester United with the same fucking front three we've had for the last 2-3 years.
Mm-hmm.
That is shocking in itself. Now we could genuinely be going into that Old Trafford game with Martinelli, stinky and stale as fuck. Kai Havertz, stinky and stale as fuck. Yes, I did say his name. Oh. On the deck then. DJ Aaron in the building and all of that shit. What's going on there, man? Yeah, it's a reality, isn't it? How have we found ourselves here, man, where we could have that up front? And Bukayo Saka on the right, obviously, is our boy. But come on, man, that is stale as fuck, isn't it? We've got 2 weeks to sort that out. 2 weeks and 2 games left of preseason to sort that out. And I just can't see it happening, boys. No, I just can't see it happening. Go on, bro.
Let's not forget, some of the top gooners said it was a 7 out of 10 or an 8 out of 10 window.
Yeah,
I'm giving it a 5.
Looking some next shit.
It's a 5. It's not even close to a 6 or a 7. It's a 5.
It's not even a 5. It's not even a 5.
10,000.
If we sell Trossard, we don't make money. We lose money. We continue the slide of us screwing over our financial system to where we got to wait for these other teams again. And we lost our 3rd best goal scorer, and we're not replacing goals. We lose Trossard, it goes down to a 2. I'm sorry. There's no ifs, ands, or buts about this. Yeah, you ain't getting none of them Turkish fans. Yeah. Ain't none of them Turkish fans wearing their rivals. Ain't no Fenerbahce or Beşiktaş person wearing Galatasaray. Ain't happening.
What's the biggest rival in Turkish football? What's the biggest rival in Turkish football?
Galatasaray and Fenerbahce.
If a Galatasaray were a Fenerbahce in the crowd, they'll knock you down, won't they? Unconsciously.
They're freaking nuts over there. They're worse than Italian fans.
Are they worse than English football? Is it worse than English football? Or is English football worse than Turkish football? Like
No. It's worse than Turkey than English football. It's worse than Turkey than English football. I don't go. I've never been to a game in England. But from what I've seen, I don't think it's as bad. Plus, here's the other thing. When Newcastle played Milan away, the Newcastle fans got picked on by the Milan fans. So I think that whole drape of how the English fans used to be has kind of gone away. Because the last 2 times I've seen English fans come into, like when Liverpool played at Napoli for the Champions League, Liverpool was telling their fans not to go because they were scared of the violence that could break out if the English fans tried stirring up shit. So I don't think it's the same way. The Italian fans are still absolutely nuts.
Aaron, I forgot something. Yeah. We've got community shields.
Oh, yeah, Aaron, you think Celtic fans are putting Ranger jerseys on?
Whoa, mate. Yeah, you ain't making it out fucking alive. Honestly, yeah, they'd rather take your head off than fucking put a fucking t-shirt over it. That ain't happening, mate. It just ain't happening. Whereas here, you would. Look at all the Arsenal fans twerking for Tottenham Hotspur a season 2 ago. Do you know what I mean? They would have put a Tottenham Hotspur shirt on, yeah, and supported them. They all but did. They all but did.
Or here, Lazio. You think a Lazio or a Rome fan is going to put on the opposite? Those guys are freaking crazy. The Rome rivalry, they kill each other every year.
So imagine a Real Madrid player walking into the stadium on the back of leaving Barcelona. They're going to actually throw stuff at you, man. Watch out.
Well, I do have to apologise here to Lawrence. My something's wrong with my Instagram. It's loading up all of Lawrence's messages on my phone, but not on the desktop version. So what he was sending me earlier, I was looking at my desktop. I'm like, where is that? He's not sent me anything like that. But yeah, so apologies to you, Lawrence. There, you sent the hospital gown and then a picture of Saka wearing the new merch. I couldn't see it on my desktop, hence why I couldn't really have anything to compare it to. I don't know why it was doing that, but double apologies to you, Lawrence, my friend. Yeah, I definitely weren't being a so-and-so. Yeah, I thought I was being a complete moron, but I looked on my phone. So I was like, oh no, he's sending me messages on there. So I do apologise about that, Lawrence. But when I get it up, I'll I won't show the picture of you and your dressing gown. That's your hospital gown, rather, don't you? That's your personal shit. But you know, the comparisons. I mean, it's almost like a doppelganger, is he? You know what I mean? He's got his hospital gown merch and all that. We'll get into that in just a little bit. But I just want to say big up to you, Lawrence, my brother. And yeah, sorry, I don't know why my desktop's moving. Maybe just me. I'm shit at fucking all this crap anyway. Do you know what I mean? It's probably me, and I'm just being a wanker and don't want to admit it. I'm in a top gooner. That's exactly what I'm being.
No, you ain't that bad.
Yeah, thank
you ain't that bad.
Isn't telling me straight out there, Johnny. That's why I like you, man. Big up, Does a smoke you, Gianni Santi. Does a Santi, Gianni. If you ever come here, you can take my ticket for a game.
I'm telling you, if Arsenal get Napoli in the Champions League and we're at the games in England, I know me and a few of my cousins and stuff in Italy were all talking about going to London for the game. So it'd be pretty cool. Never been to a game in England.
Have you not? Nah. Well, mate,
been to France, been to France and been to Italy, but never in England.
Big up Natster as well, man. We need a left back. Don't forget that Kieran City left on the free, bruv. Do you know what's going to happen there? I reckon they're going to end up just using Mosquera there, probably. That's probably what's going to happen. Or do you know what's going to end up happening? We're not going to be able to sell Zinchenko, and we're just going to end up playing Zinchenko there. Because again, why we're not be able to sell Zinchenko or Ozzy? Because he's on 150k a week.
Yeah, well, AC Milan came in for a minute and they weren't paying him 150k.
Yeah.
Even though
they're broke.
Aside like what, 10 million or some shit.
They're broke. They're broke. They can't afford that.
You could have had Luis Diaz.
The guy they signed another left back instead.
Milos Kerkez.
No,
yeah,
that's
no.
AC Milan or AC Milan.
AC Milan is what he's talking about.
Oh, so they replaced Theo Hernandez, right? So they left Theo Hernandez go to Al Hilal and they got a replacement. That's mad. That's mad. It would never be us, bro. We'd never replace anyone. We would never ever replace anyone.
And now I read reports the other day saying Zinchenko's been wanting to leave for a while, but Arteta's now convinced him to stay. I don't know how true it is, but it wouldn't surprise me. I mean,
when you're getting paid that much money, why would you leave?
I mean,
you're getting paid that much money, you sit on the bench.
Yeah, this is what I'm saying, Michelle. Thank you very much bailing me out as well. I'm not ever that bad. Thank you very much. Yeah, I think you're right.
So literally, our backup left backs are going to be Zinchenko and Skelly.
Calafiori as well.
Yeah, Kaliasu. That's what he should be called, mate, because he's just trying to do his best Tomiyasu impression and never being fair.
I hope he gets injured so he doesn't make the Italian team. I hope he gets injured so he don't make the Italian team. He's so shit.
I remember you saying to me, he's like, what? Not even in the top 10 centre back. So
no,
you or was it someone? I'm sure it was you that was saying he's fucking shit, like horrendous for Italy. Yeah,
the main centre back for Bologna just went to Napoli. The guy who everybody should have been looking at instead of Calafiori at Bologna just went to Napoli for 30 million euros. He's trash, dude. He's not better than Udogi. He's not better than DeMarco, so he can't start at the left back. You got to start him.
Bastoni. He's not better than Bastoni at centre back. He's not better than Bastoni at centre back.
Bastoni's top 5 centre backs in the world, brother. Of course, he's not better than him.
Boy, man. Yeah.
Bastoni, but the fact that Inter were able to hold on to him this season was a shock because he's top 5 best centre backs in the world, in my opinion. But no, he's not. For me, I don't think Calafiori's top 8 center backs for Italy. I don't think he's top 8 center backs for Italy, and I don't think he's top 5 left backs for Italy. The guy again, the Italian national team has too many politics. If the northern teams have good players, they always choose the players on the northern teams over the southern teams. It's political shit. It's the only reason why he plays for the national team.
Yeah.
So guys, can you name me one world-class player from your mind? Name me one world-class player that you're thinking of right now.
There isn't at Arsenal. Boys, take over. I think my kids. One of them.
Yeah, there isn't one. There isn't one at Arsenal. Yeah, I even with what he's done at Portugal, I still wouldn't say Gyökeres is a world-class player. He's got to prove it on a tougher league.
You guys don't think Declan Rice is world-class? You don't think
Fuck no. Fuck no.
Who?
Declan Rice? Hell no.
No.
Yeah, I mean,
he's good.
He's good,
very
but
he's very good, but he's not world class.
World class player. Shout out Freddie Valverde at Real Madrid. That's a world class midfielder. That's what world class is. Somebody who can go all damn day, got lungs for days. He can actually play in different positions the right way if you got to. But midfield wise, he's world class, not Declan Rice.
I agree. Valverde is a baller.
I'd take it. I'd take him in a heartbeat. I'd take him in a heartbeat. And here, if we wanted a winger, why couldn't we go? We were talking about Rodrigo. Why the fuck couldn't we go get Brahim Diaz? Brahim Diaz is a better left winger than anything that we got right now, and he can actually play both wings. He's creative and score goals.
Well, Diaz was available. Diaz was at Liverpool.
Yeah,
we could have got Diaz.
Diaz over Odegaard any day.
Yeah, but he's gone.
Here on the brink, who could become world class? Arda Güler. Güler's a baller.
Yeah. Real Madrid ain't letting him go anytime soon.
No,
I don't think. Yeah. Not like they did Odegaard, because they know he'll make it. That's just a simple fact. Real Madrid very, very, very rarely let go a top class talented player. You know what I mean? For cheap and a mistake. They don't often make mistakes, Real Madrid, that much. They just don't. And you know, everyone's like, oh yeah, but you know, 30 million quid. Yeah, do you know what? If the Odegaard transfer would have been absolutely horrendous, it would have been 50, 60 million. I mean, even worse than it is. But I'm sorry, even at 30 million, it's still not pretty, because of the wages that we've put him on, and we've let him suck the life out of this football team when he gets on the ball. We'll lose money on him. And by that, I mean, even if we sell him for 40, 50 million quid, we paid him 240. We paid him £1 million a month for the last 2 years. Yeah. And we will do for the next year as well. Oh, buzzing. All right. So there we go. He's taking 40 million out the club in fucking 3 years then.
Mm-hmm.
But what? To be one of the worst captains in Arsenal fucking history.
No, he is.
Who was the last worst captain at Arsenal Football Club? Oh yeah, Mikel Arteta.
Well, wait. Didn't we, because of injuries? Did we ever make Hector Bellerin a captain one time? Because he'd be up there too.
Yeah, because. Yeah.
Yeah. That's what we do, isn't it? Yeah.
Yeah.
I remember in the Fulham, when we played Fulham in the COVID season, Bellerin was the captain in that game. And the fact of the matter is that Arteta, like, he's got a bit of a connection with Bellerin, because they both represent Spain. And the fact of the matter is that I don't know why Arteta always favors Bellerin over Cedric. And listen, I know Cedric he's another one of these guys that wasn't good enough for Arsenal, but at least Cedric deserved a chance to show what he can do. And I know that I know some fans like Lee Gunner and all these others say that, but like Cedric might not be good enough to represent Arsenal. And I agree with what Lee said. But maybe you should have given Cedric a chance to show what he can do. But every time I see Bellerin start, it's just, the thing is, like, it's just not good enough. And the best I've seen from Bellerin was when Wenger recruited him from the Barcelona academy, like loaned him out to Watford for like a season and then brought him back to Arsenal. And when Bellerin first started, I was like, wow, this guy's got some talent. He can run forward. He can dribble the ball. But the one thing Bellerin couldn't do is cross the ball. That's the thing that makes. Yeah, his crossing is a bit horrendous at times, and he also couldn't even shoot. You know what I'm saying, Aaron? He couldn't even shoot. He's always waiting for the right time to just run forward and figure out if he's going to shoot or just cross the ball to somebody. And then he basically just crosses, like he just plays like some kind of low cross. And unfortunately, Hope Aubameyang gets the ball and just places it into the net. But Bellerin can't even shoot. The only time he did shoot was when he scored against Newcastle in that 4-2 win. That was the only thing he did. But all in all, Bellerin was never a good was never that good for us to take us to the next level.
Yeah. Nope. Especially not after he got that injury. What was it? His knee injury, was it?
His knee.
Yeah. Once he got that and lost that little bit of pace,
and then he tried to do the whole hippie thing.
Yeah. He was done, wasn't he? That was him, like absolutely well and truly game over.
He was quality for about 2 seasons, and Barcelona wanted to buy him for about 50-60 million.
Backside.
We said no, and then he had
fell off a cliff.
Yeah,
and off a cliff.
Yeah. Big up, Joe Real One. He's off to bed, man. Big up to you, my brother. Thank you very much for tuning in, my friend. The absolute geezer. Yeah, but yeah, absolutely right as well, Sully, man. He got way too political, man, and he's still doing all of the things. And I don't want to make this about the men's and women's football and all of that, but he goes on, oh, it should be paid the same. I don't want to get too much into my opinion on it, but they're two separate businesses. As soon as women's football generates the same as men, they'll get more money. It's just as simple as that. It's like any business on the planet works. Do you know what I mean? It's a separate entity. If it was mixed sport, maybe there'd be it probably would be hard because they're in a game where it's earning the same revenue. So there would be a shout to a degree, but it's a separate entity. That's why the transfers. Why aren't there 50 million transfers? Because the game doesn't generate that, which is why the wages don't. It's not rocket science. That's just fucking business. It's not sexism or anything like that. It's just how much they work and how much they can afford and how much they can earn to pay. Otherwise, if they did, the women's football would go bust within probably about 4 weeks. It'd just be ruined. Yep. How can you give someone 80 grand a week? That's probably what the fucking half the squad's on. Do you know what I mean? Like, you just can't. Otherwise, it's Salah, by women's football, you run into the ground, you're finished. I think it's fantastic, by the way, to gather that what women's football is doing. I think it's going on by leaps and bounds every single year. And I'm buzzing for that. Do you know what I mean? We're seeing the fruition for the women also in the Champions League, our national team. I think it's buzzing. I'm double happy for them. Do you know what I mean? It's not like a standard workplace. Yes, if I'm working as an electrician and there's a female electrician and she's doing the same job as me, fucking right on, she should be paid the fucking same wage. And if she's better than me, she should be paid more. Double simple. But it's different with the football. Do you know what I mean? Because it's a separate business and we're just governed by separate things. And Bellerin just takes it to a whole new fucking level. Like Darren said, he makes it too political. He has to do this. And it's just, that's when you just start thinking, do you know what? Why don't you go into that once you finish with football? When you retire, try and be a politician or be a spokesperson or do this or do that. Why don't you just fucking play football now and shut your fucking mouth? Do you know what I mean? Like, do you know what I mean? I don't mind the players coming out in support of certain games and all of that. All the power to you. Do you know what I mean? I hope it has all the success on the planet. But if you're a male footballer, why don't you just stick to male football? Do you know what I mean? And until then, fucking, do you know what I mean? Just stick to that. Just probably he's harmed his own footballing career. I reckon going off on all of these fashion-y things like that or whatever, fine, have a hobby. It's just let it take over his football. And you could see it at Arsenal. You could really see it, couldn't you? Do you know what I mean? He just, I think when he got injured and had time off, he not only did he not come back physically, he definitely didn't come back up the top either, did he? Absolutely done with that earring. Oh my fucking God. Yeah. With that earring. Yeah, I remember bouncing around. That's not for me, man. What is that all about, man? Yeah, that is horses for courses. That's just not my fucking course. Do you know what I mean? It definitely ain't my horse.
That flower thing was thing was haram. That was haram.
That was just absolutely not a bit of me, man. I'm not gonna lie. Do you know what I mean? It's nah.
Till it's cool, just cool into the mouth. Nice. Ha! Gay.
No good, man. Let's have a little look at this, right, boys and girls, of course. We have got the leaked merch that will be coming out soon. Are we all ready for this absolute masterpiece? There we go. For some reason, that's what it looks like, ladies and gentlemen. Have I uploaded it? Oh, yeah, I have. Yeah, indeed. Have a look at the fucking state. Yeah. This is
we don't deserve a yellow jersey right now with the way this team is. That's ridiculous.
And we definitely don't deserve this one. Yeah. This is probably I don't think it says a price down here for some strange reason. And look, I love the fact that they like figures for that. No,
that's disgraceful.
That'll probably be retailing about 80-90 quid. You know that, didn't you, boys?
Yeah, that'll probably be about £80.
Yeah, it's going to be there or thereabouts. I think that's it. Look at the state of it.
What was that other one that you were showing? The N something? It was like the black and between that and that jersey.
There is that one, yeah.
Between those two jerseys, it's like who made a worse jersey for this club this year? What the fuck is this shit?
It's just absolutely horrendous. Look at the fucking state of it. Yeah, Danny's some weird shit that Bellerin would wear, isn't it? Do you know what I mean? BBK Sports. Come on, what's going on here, man? You've got
trophies this season.
And do you know what makes me laugh about this particular strain of merch that isn't out yet? It will be out soon. Oh, Salah. Do you know what makes me laugh about this? It's for an East London radio station. East London radio station. That's what inspired it. An East London radio station. You can't write it.
But I don't know where the fuck they got their inspiration from, but they need to smoke some weed or some shit. But that inspiration ain't inspiring, bro.
I think they were smoking something a little bit stronger when they designed it. I mean, I know that for an absolute fact. Look at the state of this crap coming up, people, man. Come on, man. What are we doing?
Shane hosting the Bruised Banana Show is going to lose it when he sees that jersey. That is going to be insane, man. That is trash.
I can see a little bit of Shane in that, you know, though, to be fair.
Nah, Shane will blow a gasket if somebody tried to put him in that jersey.
Mate, it is absolutely no good. Yeah, I'm going to get one for his next live stream. Nah. No, Winston. Nah. That kind of shit ain't happening.
That is
no way. Man. It's no good, is it, man? Like, that is proper shit.
Not in any way, shape, or form. I wouldn't even use that as a tablecloth.
Do you know what? If you fucking mopped up cat sick with it, it'd probably come out better afterwards. Look, Shane's in the building. Look,
hey,
big up Shane. See, as soon as I say, I go, Shane will blow a gasket if he had to wear that. He just said get fucked 100%.
Shane, we're all gonna chip in and pay. We'll give you 50 quid to put it on.
Yeah, that's it. Yeah, we're all chipping €15.
Yeah, we're chipping in €15 to get you on.
That is, I don't know. That's got Shane Gooner all over that. I reckon. I don't know. Yeah.
That's you see that.
You got Shane, my brother, man. Do you know what?
That's a disgrace. That jersey. That's a disgrace.
Do you know what other bit of merch I did see that actually is quite smart? To be fair, is that I don't mind this. This I mean, it's ridiculous that it's all coming out, but it's smart. It's fine.
Right, that's nice and simple, isn't it?
It's simple. I mean, it's yet another line of fucking merchandise coming out, but it's smart. Do you know what I mean? You don't look like an absolute walking down the street with that. Do you know what I mean? Whereas, look at the state of this shit. Like, yeah, this is already out, by the way. That's already out.
What shit is that, man?
Yeah, it's already out. And then look at the state. What's going on over here, man? It gets worse as you scroll up. You've got the NTF. It's horrendous. Like, it's absolute plop. Like, honestly, who buys it? Everyone. Everyone buys it, though. Yeah. Oh, this is a fact, by the way, Danny. Danny don't.
Yeah, that is true.
Danny don't fuck around, man.
Yeah, the cannon needs to fucking blow that fucking shit out of the atmosphere, mate.
Mate, it's no good, is it? But listen, I'm going to wrap it there because I'm starting to get a little bit tired. It's 12 o'clock. We've been going for over 2 hours, which is actually half an hour longer than I was expecting to run. So I've been stuck to this chair. I'm basically the chair now. I'm one with it. Do you know what I mean? I like a bit Stephen Hawking over here. Do you know what I mean? That's me now. Anyways, thank you very much for joining this stream. I'm off to masturbate. But anyway, yeah. Big up, boys. Thank you very much for joining in, man. It's been an absolute pleasure. And obviously to the world-class show, man. Every single one of you in the chat, world-class show. World-class chat is what I bloody meant. God, look at me. Because I'm thinking of Stephen Hawking now on my iOS, isn't it? What am I talking about? World-class chat. World-class chat. There's Zinedine Zidane of the chats. The Henry of a chat. The Bergkamp of a chat. The Pele of a chat. There's Sol Campbell and his Spurs fans in there of a chat. Come on, man. Yeah. big up to Ukraine. Come on, man. You know, this is what we do. My missus is at work today. Leave me alone. Come on, man. But anyways, I'm gonna go and have fun for the next 30 seconds, and I'll catch you all at the next one, man. Sweet boys.
Big up.
Big up, Aaron.
Big up.